Greetings for the day to all the audience, presenters, organizers. Today I, Priyanka Chaurasia, representing Mahindra Group AFS. On behalf of my colleague Mr. B. Naveen Kumar and Mr. Ram Varun Smarty, is here to present our work on engine thrust washer simulation and its correlation with the lab trials. The content of the presentation are as follows: theoretical understanding of thrust washer, standard test procedure and its shortcomings, lab testing setup for a thrust washer, theoretical learning and simulation, comparison of simulation and testing results. Bearings are the component that assist the motion of a component sitting on a stationary component. In our engine, rotating movement of crankshaft and camshaft are taken care by bearings and bushes. These bearings and bushes form a thin layer of oil in between crankcase and the rotating component, thereby reducing the coefficient of friction and assisting the motion. The axial movement of the crankshaft is taken care by the thrust washer. The thrust washer also works on the similar principle of forming a thin layer of oil in between crankshaft and crankcase. Thrust washers are designed in such a way that it controls the axial movement of the crankshaft, known as end flow. If this clearance is on the higher side, the crank will thrust forward and lead to the failure of the thrust washer during the clutch operation. If clearance is on the lower side, during the thrust load, crank will go and load on the fillet on the crankshaft journal, and again it will lead to the crankshaft failure. The standard process which were followed to validate the thrust washer for the tractor engine were as follows: bearing proposals were received from the supplier, protoparts were made, and those protoparts were sent for the field durability trials in the vehicle level. Once the trials were completed, the production approval.